Yo, Rob Star Gang, what up, what up? Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. As you make your way in, make sure you pound that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on any new content. Appreciate everyone joining. Let's get some vibes going while people get in here. All right, let's get right into it, man. I appreciate everybody joining the live stream. We're gonna dive into day one and day two. So I appreciate Marcos Cash being in here. Appreciate Antonio. What's up, man? Appreciate everybody being in here. So we're gonna dive into it today. Really, I could show you the whole freaking thing, but the problem is nobody is gonna be doing it the way I'm gonna be doing it. Everybody's showing it on their channels, and they're just going to end up screwing themselves in the foot. Just like, but I want to bring you some true content where I actually talk about stuff, unlike some other people that just want to just show it for clickbait and want to show it to just try to get more subscribers when they're not going to get paid for it because YouTube doesn't pay you for copyright stuff. So, you're just wasting your time. So I'm actually going to give you some actual insight on what I think, on what I've seen for the combine in the past couple of days. Not past couple of days, past 2 days, I should say. Right. Been on a football hiatus past 2 weeks this off season, not doing any mock drafts, reading any news, just chilling, waiting for free agency. Understand that, my friend. I understand that, Marcos. Now, when we talk about winner, there's a lot of winners and losers. And there was a lot of different things that I felt like from Thursday you could take in. I felt like let me tell you something. When we talk about on the field things, man, James Pierce Jr. And I'll get back to the defensive lineman on here. He set the track on fire, man. James Pierce Jr. set the track on fire. We'll get back to CJ West because I do have some stuff to talk about him. Derek Harmon's another guy that I definitely want to talk about. A lot of we're going to talk about a lot of these guys. I'm just using the clips, for example, tonight instead of showing you the whole thing. Now, let me find, where's my guy at? There he is. I mean, let's talk about James Pierce Jr. I think this.
I don't think it mattered based off that start. Wow. Okay.
Ran a 4.5 there, and then it ends up following it up with, I think he ends up running a 4.47. Let's see if we can find the 4.47. Here it is. Runs a 4.47 there. 40-yard dash for a guy who is 6'5", 245 pounds, edge rusher. That is a ridiculous speed. Like his first attempt clocked in at a 4.5, right? And then with a 1.58 second 10-yard split, he shaved off time on the second go with a 4.47 with a 1.56 split. So for context, if you take Dallas Turner, ran a 4.46 last year, went 17th overall. Chop Robinson last year clocked, I'm pretty sure, a 4.48, got picked 21st. That means Pierce is firmly in the first round conversation, even if he's not a lock just yet. And I want to say this. Let's pump the brakes on James Pierce Jr. on calling him a freak just yet, because you got to think about this. Scouts right now, if you go look at his metrics right now, they're side-eyeing his 32.75 arm length. That is below average in his position, okay? Speed's there, but the arm length is below average for his position. He had an atrocious vertical, 31 inches, which is more in line with offensive linemen than an explosive pass rusher, okay? Which is more in with offensive linemen realm. So he racked up 19.5 sacks in college. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, teams are going to have to weigh his speed against his so explosive metrics, right? The 40 was a win for him, but the rest, I'll say not so much. I think another thing is Pierce's future will likely depend on how he tests at his pro day. Really, that's how teams are going to weigh his upside against the potential for him to be a one-dimensional speed rusher. I think teams love the teams love athletes, right? They love the athletic, right? Freak athletes, but they hate the liabilities that sometimes can come along with those freak athletes, right? If he can't hold up against the run, he won't matter how fast he is. Perfect example, Brian Burns, terrible against the run. He's got a lot of comparisons to Brian Burns. I expect some teams to be enormed with others who are going to hesitate. I think they are going to hesitate to pick this guy, in my opinion, just because of that wingspan. His wingspan is below average. So I think it's going to be interesting to where they put this guy. It's going to be interesting where we see this guy fall. Again, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you click that post notifications bell so you don't miss any new content. Yeah, I mean, so James Pierce was definitely a something we definitely learned on Thursday. There was something else that there was a clip about Travis Hunter. I think I saw it was down here. Let me see if Travis Hunter came up down here. There was like an interview. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's up this way. Let's see here. Well, we'll get to Shador here in a second. I want to talk about Travis Hunter real quick. Where is he at? There's an interview with him. Give me 1 second. The reason why I'm not showing it from the regular standpoint is because I'm not gonna get in trouble. I'm not gonna lose my credentials over trying to get subscribers. What's up, Trap Player? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you joining. What's good? Appreciate you. I appreciate that $2 donation, man. I really do. Thank you. I do want to talk about Travis Hunter and these guys real quick. Shout out to you, Trap Set, for that $2 donation. Appreciate you, man. What's good, Anthony? Appreciate you. All right, let's listen in this interview.
Hunter, I just watched him. You were throwing passes to as a quarterback to your defensive backs. Is there anything you can't do?
No, I can do everything for real. I can do anything on the football field.
Can you kick?
Yes, I can, a little bit.
Like place kick or punter?
Place kick.
Okay. Is there a comp for you? I mean, listen, let's start here. You told me this week that, Travis, that you didn't want to be listed as a cornerback. Mm-hmm. I mean, first of all, like, where did that come from, and what was your reaction when you found out that was the exclusivity of how you were coming into this thing?
First thing I did was text my agent, and I asked him, why am I listed as just a cornerback? And he texted me. We didn't say nothing. We didn't say anything about it. So we got that fixed real fast.
Yeah. So you obviously, you're the most incredible two-way player maybe we've ever seen. Do you think there would be any type of comp for you? I mean, do you think you are just a complete enigma? Has there been anything that you've ever looked at in the game similar to you?
No, I'm definitely different. I'm a one of a kind. I call myself a unicorn.
Yeah, well, you are a unicorn. How much workload do you think you can handle? What have those conversations been like with these scouts and teams this week and coaches?
They think I can do everything, but one thing I know is I'm going to have to go in there and work for it. So I'm not setting my mind to say that I'm just going to play one. I'm going to go in there and work for my other position, whichever one they choose to put me at first.
Well, that is exactly what you told me. So let's say, like, hypotheticals here. They say, okay, Trav, you're going to be a cornerback. So what do you say back to them?
I'm going to just say I'm going to go work for my other I'm going to work for the other positions. Just like they say I'm going to come in as a corner, I'm going to say, can I work for receiver?
What is it like to have the workload that you did in college, especially as you elevate, like, sort of evolved in your career, and obviously Coach Prime allowed you to do that type of thing? How did that feel physically?
It felt great. You know, I got a lot of treatment, so I was going out doing a lot of things that I love to do, and that's to get my body right, and I was always ready for the next opportunity.
Well, the next opportunity, Rich, it's going to be incredible. We're not finished yet. I know Rich Eisen has a question, so I'm going to relay that because we don't have an IFB.
So my question is, what's the number of snaps he thinks he can play in the NFL week 1?
Okay, week 1, NFL. Realistic number of snaps you think you can play?
I can play all of them. They give me the opportunity to play all of them.
All of them, Rich. You heard him. What excites you more? Like, it's just hard to pick for any of us one side for you because you're just so dynamic on both sides. What excites you about the cornerback position?
Being able to take the ball away and shut down the best receiver on the football field.
How about as a wide receiver? What does that look like for you at the next level? You see a guy like Jalen Ramsey, for instance.
Being able to put the ball in the end zone, being able to get my hands on the ball and, be able to get some yak.
And the coolest thing about you is you're like one of the nicest guys ever.
Yes, I am.
See that smile, guys? Yes, he is. I mean, the character, the kindness. Thank you for stopping and joining us. And are you having some fun with these guys?
Yes, I am. So I'm going to get back and, help them out a little bit.
All right. Porting his brothers back to you in the booth.
All right. So here's the thing that I think about there's a translation here from listening to that interview. If any of you were listening, okay? Travis Hunter didn't just win the Heisman last year. He redefined what it means, and I'll say this: he did redefine what it means to be a dominant college player. Right? You thrive on both sides of the ball at Colorado. Now he wants to do the same thing in the NFL, playing corner, wide receiver full time. He's saying he wants to be a unicorn in the NFL. Teams might not be buying that. Let's be honest. Because here's the thing. The league is built on specialization. Coaches aren't exactly thrilled about the idea of a star player doubling his injury risk. So let's be real here. Hunter, I think, is an elite corner, and I think he's but there's a difference. I think he's an elite corner. I think he's a very good receiver. There's a difference there. Elite corner, very good receiver. There's a reason why in the NFL, two-way players have never succeeded in this league at a full-time rate. So with that being said, if anyone can push the limits, I'm willing to see if this kid can do it. The one thing he won't be doing is returning kicks, all right? Which is fair enough. Now, he's not working out the combine. Probably doesn't need to. Scouts have seen tape. They already know he's special. His draft range for me is wide open. He could be a top 5 pick if the right team believes in his vision. Now, when that comes to Travis Hunter. There's obviously a lot of injuries. One of the biggest injuries that came out in this combine was the tight end Colston Loveland's. It came out saying his shoulder is holding up, but barely. He showed up in a sling after going surgery on his AC joint late in January. He says he'll be fine for training camp, but the timeline is tight. So he can't take full contact for 6 months. That means that teams have to draft him based on faith in his tape. So if you've looked into Colston Loveland, the tape is damn good. Despite Michigan's quarterback struggles last season, I mean, Loveland led the team in receptions, yards, touchdowns, even while playing through pain, right? So if you know who he is, I don't think they got any clips in here of him for Loveland. We're gonna get more into these guys. I want to get back to yesterday's combine because I want to get back to some of these guys. Because I mean, dude, yesterday's group was some of these guys were insane, man. So we'll start right here again. There has been some injury updates on some of these guys from yesterday. They did have Abdul Carter. He's obviously the top rated player in this group yesterday. Isn't working out due to a stress fracture in his foot. So he's saving it for his pro day, which is going to be March 28th. Then you got Mason Graham, another thing that came out that, left heel bruise means no combine. He also showed up 20 pounds less than what he finished at Michigan. He'll bench press and do the Michigan Pro Day on March 21st. Kenneth Grant, hamstring strain, skipping combine workouts. Again, aiming for Michigan Pro Day. Elijah Ario, tight end out of Miami, knee bruise from the Senior Bowl, waiting until his Pro Day to test. Shavon Ravel Jr., corner out of East Carolina, is recovering from an ACL tear, but says he'll be ready for camp. Really, there wasn't much going on except they were talking about Colston Loveland's shoulder, and then of course we'll get into the winners and losers of Thursday. For me, a winner for me was definitely Derek Harmon yesterday. He's getting compared. What's crazy is when you go look, and this guy, you're talking about a guy, first off, 6'5", 288 pounds, runs a 4.
Nice. Really good.
Like running away from that. Derek Harmon, another one. 495. I mean, he's getting it. I think he ran like a 489. Okay. Now, here's the thing about CJ West. The reason why Derek Harmon is a winner in my book is when you get compared to a 3-time Pro Bowl champ, yeah, you're doing something right. Now, I want to get back to where's my guy CJ West? Because CJ West for me yesterday was a huge winner. A huge winner for me. I thought CJ West had a great combine yesterday. He was a huge winner for me. In my opinion, I thought, where's his 40 time at? There he is.
That wasn't clean.
Almost the same result anyway.
He pushed himself on that one. Here's the reason why I say that CJ West had a big day yesterday. He was one of the guys that stayed in school last year. He could have came out last year, but he also could have stayed this year too. But he came to the combine with something to prove, and damn, did he prove it, man! Like you go watch his combine tape, man. If you didn't watch it, because I watched both combines. I watched all day today. I watched all day yesterday. Weston put up some crazy numbers in 2024, but his tape showed a guy that is a run stuffing menace. I mean, you're talking about a guy who's 6'1", 316 pounds right there, and he's built like a wrecking ball. And he moves like 1-2. He again ran a 4.95, 4.96, same thing. 33-inch vertical for a guy his size and a defensive lineman. That's even crazier. So it's again, this is a loaded defensive draft class. But again, if let's say Carolina, for example, since we're talking about this, I mean, this guy could be a guy that, you know, if we're looking for a desperate need, like which we are, we're in a desperate need of a run stuffing nose tackle. Right here, you go watch CJ West NFL Combine. He is the guy that we could probably take if we don't go in the D line in the first couple rounds, that we could take in a late day 2 territory. And it would be bad for someone who can come into this process as a relative unknown, because let's talk about his leverage. He's consistently has showed great pad level. If you go watch his, not his combine tape, but if you go watch his Indiana tape, right? Explosiveness off the snap during on-field drills. You saw that there at the combine. He's making it clear he has the tools to be a disruptive force in the NFL. I think we as a team, Carolina, should be looking for a guy. If we're looking for that nose tackle, and we're looking for a stout, high motor interior lineman, you found your guy, and you could get him probably in day 2, which seems to be the norm with him anyways in mock drafts. So, you know, I like CJ West a lot. I thought he was a big winner in yesterday's combine. Now today, I had some more. Hold on. Let me go find my guy. From yesterday. Where is he at? Derek Harmon had a day too. Can we talk about a guy who also had a day yesterday, Shamar Stewart? Now, here's the thing. You go watch Shamar Stewart, right? You go watch his tape, all that, but you go watch his production at Texas A&M. It was underwhelming. He only had 4.5 sacks over 3 seasons. But anyone who's questioning this guy's athleticism needs to shut up real quick, because he showed up on Thursday, man. He looked like a new man. He shredded weight from a bulky 290 down to a lean, mean. He's 267 here. So went out to prove it. He's a freak. And boy, did he prove it. He had a 40-inch vertical. Let's see if we can find his vertical. Here's his 40. This is his first 40 time, I think. And let me see if I can find his second one. Here's his second one.
He had a really good start the last time.
4.59. All right, now let's see if I can find his vertical. Because it was third in the 40-yard dash. I mean, the guy was 290 at A&M and then cut down to 267. 290 to 267, which is crazy. Crazy work. I guess they ain't going to show. They don't have the verticals on here. But man, another thing is too that he
had a really good start the last time. It's a great time.
4.59.
Yeah, another 4.59. So I mean, here's the thing. At a 40-inch vert check, a mind-boggling broad jump, which was 10 feet 11 broad jump, and then a sub 4.640 and a 4.59 at his size, who's 6'5", 267. For reference, all right, I want to make this clear for reference. Myles Garrett, who's currently out here eating quarterbacks for breakfast, had nearly identical explosive numbers in Shamar Stewart. Go look it up. Coming out of Texas A&M, Shamar Stewart just made himself a hell of a lot of money, locked himself into a top 10. He's going to be a top 10 pick now. I told you that there was guys out here, all right? I told you that there were guys out here that were going to end up being like Trevin Walker's in that 2023 draft class. There was guys that were going to come to this combine and jump up off the board. I don't want Pierce in Carolina, actually. I thought he had a great 40 time. I thought he had a great combine, but I don't want him in Carolina. I don't. His wingspan bothers me now. His wingspan is below average for his position. That's an issue. That's an issue. You like CJ over Jamari Cardwell? Trap set play. I'm not sure who you're talking about. Forest City Kitty, what's up, man? Keep pounding. So, I mean, dude, Shamar Stewart just got himself a payday. And let's not forget his on-field drills. If you didn't watch the combine, look fluid, very explosive, controlled, showing the exact kind of bend and twitch teams crave in his position group. His stock has skyrocketed now. He had and the crazy thing is he also had a great Senior Bowl. So at this point, it'd be shocking if he falls out of the first half of the first round. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a top 10 pick now. I would not for Shamar Stewart. Let's get into another guy. Let me see if I can find him. Damn, 10-10 broad jump. Best of linebackers. Another guy that people are sleeping on. I've always said Samil Mondon is a sleeper. But I always told y'all. All right, here we go. Jahad Campbell. This was another winner of mine yesterday.
4.52.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That is fantastic. Another guy that I've told y'all that was a sleeper. Had a great combine yesterday. Demetrius Knight, too. Jahad Campbell, Will Anderson. Damn. But look how much pull he got off of Will Anderson there, though. 4.52. Will Anderson had a 4.6. Damn. What is small? 4.62. What did he run here? 4.58. What did Nick Martin? Yeah, that's right. He ran a 4.55. So Jahad Campbell. I mean, I thought Jahad Campbell had the best out of the linebacker group. I thought he had the best. I thought he had the best combine, in my opinion, out of the linebacker group. Trying to see. Are they gonna show any more? Did they show any more Jahad? I'm about to just bring up the whole freaking things. I'm gonna be real. It's a lock that Pierce is a Panther, though, but I'm positive that he'll be moved to outside linebacker. I don't think it's a lock. Nothing is ever fucking guaranteed in this world, so you can't guarantee that Pierce is gonna be a Panther. It's not a fucking lock. You might think it's a lock in your head, Gabe, but it's not a fucking lock. That dude, the Nick, the safety. I told y'all Nick Emmanwori. Nobody wants to listen to me. I told y'all another guy who's a sleeper. Again, Nick Emmanwori is the top safety in this draft class, but nobody wants to listen to me. But yet he goes out there and has the best combine out of every safety. Nobody wants to listen. But what do I know? I told y'all. I told y'all that Nick Emmanwori will be the best safety in this draft class. I'm going to pull up. I told you, Domo. Did I not? I said it. Again, no one wants to. Listen, I don't study this shit and then just come on here and just say stupid shit just to say it. Like, it's not a coincidence that Nick Emmanwori went out there and had the best combine out of all the safeties. But nobody, again, like I said, nobody wants to listen to me. All right, I'm going to pull it up here. I'm going to pull up yesterday's. NFL.com. I had to go on NFL.com. I thought I could pull it up with my YouTube TV app. Films. I gotta sign in. Hold on. So far, most of my sleepers have been coming true too, because I keep telling everybody that these guys are sleepers. I keep telling you a lot of them are sleepers. No, I want to watch the NFL Combine. Thank you. All right. Can I rewatch it? Thank you. Yes. Perfect. It's going to give me a highlight. Oh, man, it's the shorter version. No, this isn't the shorter version. Never mind. Hold on one second, folks. Let me pull this up. There should be replays that I can watch of this. If not, we'll go back to Twitter. It's fine. I guess I can't. I guess I can't watch yesterday's. We can watch today's. Nah, we'll go back to Twitter. We will go back to Twitter. Sorry, I didn't mean to waste y'all's time on that. I just want to see if I could get it. All right, that's fine. God damn. Can't even come on here anymore. Like, here's the thing. I'm going to show y'all something. Here's why I told y'all Nick Emmanwori. Watch this. I told y'all Nick Emmanwori is the best safety in this draft class.
And it's off.
Clean.
Moving. 4-4 flat for 4-0.
Goodness. And the forward lean all the way through. Oh,
You have quite the comp for him as well, Daniel Jeremiah. You call his games on the radio, and it's Derwin James.
And he's getting compared to Derwin James. Compared. 43 vert, 11.6 broad, 4.4 40, 220, 6'3". He's 5 pounds heavier and 2 inches taller. But what do I know? What do I know? He's probably going to go first round now. I told y'all, a lot of these guys, here's the thing. See, here we had one of the best days. Again, Nick Emmanwori, NFL 25 draft, ran a 4.38, actually ended up, 4.3, 11.6. He's going to go first round now. He's legitimately going to go first round. That's why, like the same thing with Shamar Stewart. I felt that Shamar Stewart is. I felt that Shamar Stewart was a guy that was going to end up. I felt that Shamar Stewart was a guy that could end up being a sleeper. So Browns going quarterback in the draft now. I don't know. I don't know what the Browns are going to do, man. I really don't. I really don't. I don't know what they're going to do. I really can't predict anything with them. Because the Browns, the Browns 1 minute it seems like they're going to do something correct, and then the next minute here's Nick Emmanwori's 43 vert. Here's the vert. But Gabe, I have no idea what the Browns are going to do. I think they need to go quarterback. Me personally. Listen, I don't think Shedeur Sanders is an insane talent. Do I think he's good? Sure. I think he's a Teddy Bridgewater. I honestly think Shedeur Sanders is a Teddy Bridgewater 2.0. That's what I see. I see Sanders upside though. I think Shedeur Sanders upside is Joe Burrow. I think his ceiling is Joe Burrow. I think his floor is Teddy. That's why I see Shedeur. I think Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward could end up being like maybe another Josh Allen. That's his ceiling. I think his floor. Well, or I could say Cam Ward's another Cam Newton because he's been compared to Cam Newton too. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of anybody in this draft class from a quarterback standpoint. We'll get to some of these defensive backs here shortly. I want to get back to the D linemen real quick. Because I want to talk about there was another guy I wanted to talk about. Oh, Jihad. So another guy that was a guy that was a big loser for me. And the defensive line category. Let me go find my D lineman again. I hate to be that guy. Because I know a lot of people like these guys. But I'm going to tell you right now, I thought Deion Walker, no offense to him, even though he looked pretty good there and solid there, I thought Deion Walker did not have that good of a combine compared to a lot of people think he did. Because you got to think about it this way. Not long ago, Deion Walker had first-round buzz all over him, and now he doesn't. There's a reason why he has had that first-round buzz around him and fallen off, and they saw it at the combine. He's 6'7", 331 pounds. He lost 10 pounds. He was actually 341 before he went there. And Walker's appeal was his rare blend of size, athleticism. The problem is he didn't look all that athletic to me. Like, this may be the most athletic I saw him. He skipped the 40-yard dash, then posted a weak 25-inch vertical, 104-inch broad jump. Those are some stiff-ass numbers for a guy who needs to show he can make more than just a big body like that move. His stock is free falling right now. Could be good for us because he could end up being a day 2 guy now, unless he pulls off a miracle at his pro day. But he's looking like a mid-round pick at best now at this point. Now, on top of that, I felt like even though this might have been his best clip in drills, I still felt like he looked sluggish. Like, he struggled with change of direction and lateral movement for a guy who's supposed to be this unicorn at his size. He looked more like a statue, in my opinion. Another guy that was a big disappointment, which I expected him to be a disappointment. Let me see if I can find him. Where's my guy out of Florida State? There he is. Joshua Farmer. He had a little bit of momentum heading into the combine, but then he went out there and I felt like he tanked his performance, man. Like, at 305, plotted his way to a 5'11", 5'14", 40-yard dash. Posted a 29-inch vertical. His only saving grace was his 9'4" broad jump. That wasn't a total disaster, but the reality is this is a defensive tackle class that is stacked, and he had a man athletic day. Like, that's not going to cut it. Farmer just made his path to the draft a whole lot tougher. I think, let's be real, his on the field drills didn't help either. He looked stiff, slow, lacked any kind of explosiveness off the snap. He's gonna have to fix that at his pro day. Like, he's gonna have to look. He's gonna have to take a serious pro day if his draft stock's just going to continue to drop, in my opinion. What's up, Lomax? What's up with this JC Horn trade talk? I haven't heard any JC Horn trade talk, Lomax. The last thing I heard was they were going to they were looking to extend him. I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard anything. What have you heard? I saw it on X. Lomax, can you send me the link to what you saw about that trade talk? Because that's interesting. Because I'll make a video about it tonight. Well, when I say make a video, I'll make a short. Because shorts now. That's the last thing I heard too, Gabe. They were going to work on a contract. That's the last thing I heard. I thought that they were going to work on a contract, Lomax. That was what we heard the last from the press conference. So the Vikings are trying to get JC Horn. Horn of Carolina, baby. I hope so. Panthers for life. I'm here. I hope so. I hope he is. It'll be interesting. That's crazy to me. I haven't heard any of those trade talks. Lomax, appreciate you with that $5 dono, by the way, man. I'm gonna hit you with that. I'm gonna hit you with
That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Appreciate you with that $5 dono, man. So Joshua Farmer was another loser of mine in this combine. And then another loser was actually out of the linebacker room. If I could get Jay, let me look up Jay Higgins. Why do I have caps on? Let's see if they got any. I felt like Jay Higgins was a huge disappointment. He needed to show up and have a clinic. Ended up running a 4.82. I mean, I thought this guy was this is one of the guys I thought was the most same thing that Sleeper felt. I felt the same way. Might be the most underrated linebacker in this prospect. This guy goes out there and runs a 4.82, and then when you look at it there, he's too slow. Like, he needed to show. See, for me, I knew Jay Higgins is good, but he needed to show up and have a major day. All right. And I thought he could end up proving that he belonged in those early rounds. And when you watch them, he still makes himself look like a day 3 selection. Like, already small at 2. He's 224. And that would have been fine if he would have had the elite athleticism, right? That having that strong 40 time, right? But he doesn't. He also only has a 9'2" broad jump. Was the worst of the group by a country mile. I mean, it just wasn't. It was not good. I mean, this is his scouting combine. It's not good, man. Those metrics are terrible from a standpoint. I mean, a 33-inch vertical was barely better. A 4.82 40. Like, he's going to have a miraculous pro day if he's looking to try to kill this. Like, I'm dead ass serious, bro. For him to have a huge day, he's going to have to have a major day, or he's screwed. And I thought Jay Higgins was going to be one of those guys. What's up, big dude? Appreciate you joining. How do I send it? Just post the link in the chat. How many of these guys do you think we can get to the Carolina Panthers? I mean, you only have 9 picks in the draft. So, I mean, that's how many you can get. You only got 9 picks. So you can only get 9 prospects. I do have some other winners and losers. But like I said, some other winners. Let's talk about another guy. I really haven't even got to talk about him a lot. I kind of mentioned his name, was again Derek Harmon. I thought Derek Harmon here had a great day. I did. He's killing interviews, had a solid 40 time, 497. Great size, pressure rate on tape, 17% win rate. That's pretty damn good. He's now probably locked to be a top 25 pick. He was predicted second round. He's probably a top 25 pick now. Probably a top 25 pick. Let's go to where's my boy Landon? Landon Jackson, another one. This guy's a freak, man. 4.4, a 4.5 vertical, 200 at 270 pounds is insane. Do they have his vertical on here? Here's this. He ran a 4.69 and then he ran 4.68, which is great. Do they have his vertical? I mean, quick feet, great footwork. He showed off some great athleticism for a guy his size too, man. I mean, you're talking about boom, boom. They made this used to, I remember this clip up here. Look at him now. Slapping that motherfucker. Do they don't have his damn, they don't have his vertical on here. That's fine though. That's okay. Again, I've got to give some shout out to him. Big dude, I all I'm going to say is if you go watch his combine, he put himself in the top 10 pick. After you go watch it, for a guy his size at 6'5", 267, he put himself as a top 10 pick after the combine. He did. I know a lot of people don't like it. And I'm not saying that we necessarily have to pick him at 8, big dude. I'm just saying the guy put himself in there as a top 10 pick after the combine he had yesterday. He did himself a lot of favors. A lot of favors. All right. That's all I'm saying. For City Kitty, I can't confirm nor deny that. I think if Carolina is smart, they trade back. I think if they want to if they want to build this the right way, you trade back for sure. I'm not going to confirm nor deny that they're going to do that. If I was the GM, I'd trade back because of so many holes we got to fill. That's just me. But all I'm saying is, big dude, I'm not necessarily saying we got to pick him at 8. All I was saying was Shamar Stewart. He was a winner for me yesterday from these combines. And let me see if I can pull up his metrics from yesterday. We're gonna get into the other, and then we'll get into today's group. We'll get into today's group next. I need to find my guy. I need to find you the. I want to show you guys this though. The problem, again, here's the thing I have problem with Pierce. I think Pierce has all the I think he's an athletic freak too. The problem is for me is the arm span. The arm span is going to be an issue for James Pierce Jr. Again, he did himself a lot of favors in this. Again, the biggest issue I have with him again is his arm span. It is below average. That's the only thing. It's the scouts are gonna. Here's the thing: when scouts are looking at him, they're gonna be side eyeing his 32 and a half, 32 and a quarter arm length. Again, that is below average. Another thing that was atrocious, guys, is his 31-inch vertical. Hold on, I'm trying to pull his thing up. Another thing is Mike Green did himself no favor. Well, that's a athletic score, so he wasn't even there. Let me find his athletic score. Oh, come on. You don't have his athletic score up. Relative athletic score. These are guys that I like a lot. James Pierce Jr. Okay. Here's his raw athletics. Okay. He got a 9.3 out of 10. All right. Arm length, again, that is still going to be an issue. Broad jump, great. It's a good broad jump. Speed grade, everything elite. Okay. Composite side grade, okay. For a guy who's 6 foot, what is that? What is he? 6'5"? Whatever he is. I thought he was like 6'4", 6'3". Anyways, again, a vertical. Just 31-inch vertical is not good. Hand size of 10. But again, no, here's the thing. The arm length and the 31-inch vertical, that is what an offensive lineman would score, not an explosive pass rush. Again, guy has racked up 19 and a half sacks. Right? Don't get me wrong. 19 and a half sacks in college. But teams are going to weigh his speed, are going to have to weigh his speed against his so-so explosion metrics. Like the 40 was a win for him, but the rest, that's not so much. Like, again, his future will depend on how his tests go at his pro day and how teams weigh against the potential, I think, for him to be a one-dimensional speed rusher. Here's the thing. Teams love athletes. We all do. We love athletic freaks. But the problem is teams also hate liabilities. Those two things, in your mind, might not think that that's a liability, but it is. Because if he can't hold himself up against the run, it won't matter how fast he is. And we need guys who can stop the run. So again, I expect teams to be normed while others hesitate. And we might be one of the ones that hesitate. That's all I'm saying with him. I don't think James Pierce Jr. is the best pass rusher alongside of Abdul Carter. I wouldn't put James Pierce Jr. as number 2. In just my humble opinion. In just my humble opinion. I don't have James Pierce Jr. as my number 2. Have you seen a couple of these guys comps as Panthers from former Panthers? Will Johnson, JC, Jalen Walker, Trevin Wallace, Nick Emmanwori, Jeremy Chin, James Pierce, Brian Burns, Francisco, Frankie Lugo. I have not seen their comps as that. I just found that interesting. No, it's random. It's all good. That's pretty interesting though, Raw Walk. We do. But we need a true nose tackle. And CJ West, I was talking about him earlier, big dude. We might have a true nose tackle in our hands for a day 2 pick. And that's CJ West. Let's see here. I think another guy who killed it. Let me finish up with some of these D linemen, man. Let's look at this real quick. And I'm going to go through these names. I thought Tyrone Ingram Dawkins did very well. I thought he absolutely killed it. This guy came in as a day 3 prospect. By the end of the combine, I think people had him in the top 75. His drills were flawless. He was smooth, quick, didn't leave anything to be desired. Again, I think if Dan Morgan was looking at this, you're immediately going to go revisit his tape. The kid's stock is skyrocketing. Ty Robinson was another one, man. You look at some of the lateral stiffness, that's noticeable. But if you're running downhill, you want him on your team. His power's through the roof. While he might struggle to change directions, he's charging ahead and look good. All right. Kid's an absolute powerhouse, period. I thought Darius Alexander too, bit older for a prospect, 25. That's not a huge red flag for me. Some are fine with it, seeing it as experience rather than a drawback for me. Crushed both athletic tests and field work. Checked all the right boxes for me. Unfortunately for me, I felt like there were some other guys that just didn't show up very well as well. Like, I didn't think TJ Sanders, my guys out of South Carolina, like Tonka Hemingway, I didn't think they looked that good either. TJ Sanders looked like he couldn't give a damn. He kept pulling up early on drills. It was painfully obvious he wasn't giving it his all. His footwork was a mess. If you go watch TJ Sanders, coaches weren't happy. Neither what should Sanders be. The tape backs up his disappointing performance. Go watch him again. Tonka, though, here's a nice little clip of him. But again, Tonka's got the athleticism. Lost his shoe there. He's all over the place. That's the issue with him. He needs to tighten up his technique. And for the love of God, control himself. And this is a perfect example about controlling himself. So, slippage during drills, it was a joke. Those shoes, dude, tied them tighter next time. I don't know. Was slipping out of his cleats, right? Let's get into some more. Let's get into some defensive backs now. We already talked about Nick Emmanwori. I'm not going to dive into him too much more. Besides the fact that he looked the best out of all the defensive backs, in my opinion, but that's just me. We talked about a bunch of talked about some of the linebackers. Well, or actually, let's talk about some more of these linebackers. We did talk about Jahad Campbell. Again, I think Jahad Campbell is an absolute freak. He posted a 90th percentile broad jump, a solid speed score. He even did pass rushing drills after the event at some team's request. And he was at one point, if y'all remember, Jahad Campbell was the #1 edge rushing recruit coming out of high school. And then he moved off the ball linebacker, Alabama. The guy can do it all. So I'm just letting you know that. Guy's got the versatility. I don't know why you wouldn't want 2 elite defensive tackles. That makes no sense. That means that no team could run the ball against us. You know what I mean? I that makes no sense to me. Trying to think who else. Trying to find another guy I thought had a good combine. I don't see him up there. Oh, here we go. Let's watch some of these defensive backs. I'll tell you this. Maxwell Harrison did himself some favors. A 4.3. Actually he ended up running a 4.29, I think, after this. He ran a 4.3 there, but it ran a 4.29. That's all you need to know. He is now firmly in the first round conversation. He was already a sleeper before Indy. Now he's not anymore. Here's that 4.29. That's just insane. Another one was Jahad Barron. Guy that definitely had a hell of a day. I thought Jahad Barron had a great day. Ran a blistering 4.4 40, right? While his short arms is a concern out of the guy out of Texas, about his ability to play outside corner, but the dude's a baller. I mean, he's been used everywhere in the secondary. I see him as a versatile slot corner, who can kick outside when needed. His interview game has been top notch, according to coaches and people who've been interviewing, proving he's got the mentality to make it in the NFL. That's crazy. There's Max. There's Harrison again. There's Harrison against Betch. Let's see. See if they got any of the let's see if they got any more. Damn, Nick Emmanwori is getting compared to DK Metcalf here. It's crazy. What do I know, man? Oh man, what do I know? What do I know? 4.28. It wasn't a 4.29. It was a 4.28. Darian Porter, 4.3. Had a hell of a day. Let's see. Can I get some tight ends? Here we go. There we go. He's actually one of my guys too. Terrence Ferguson. I thought when I was watching him, I know this was an hour ago. I was watching some of I got the combine over here. Nick Ferguson has or not Nick. Terrence Ferguson has been on my eye. I think this tight end class has a whole lot of underwhelming. I think Ferguson, when I went from watching him, stood out. I mean, posted a 39-inch vertical, had ran a 4.63. Those are solid numbers for a guy who's out there. Also, Harold Fenton. Again, I know his 40-yard dash time there is a 4.71, but he showed up heavier than expected too. He was 241 pounds. His 40 time looked like he was running with two different legs. But he's got the potential. But he's unlikely a top 40 expectations. Keep him on your radar. I think he's solid. I think he's solid. Trying to think. Let's see what else we got. Oh, wait. Here we go. Did that say 25? Wait a minute. That said 25.9. There ain't no way that boy running 25 mile an hour. Let's see if I can. Let me see if I can pull up the rest of the NFL Combine for you guys. We'll finish it off here with a couple. I gave you my winners and losers, and most of the groups. I don't think Mukaba participated. I think he's just going to do a pro day, from my understanding. I did not see him. Maybe unless I missed him, I did not see him. Let me see if I can pull up the Combine. Is it still live? Yeah, it's still live. I'll pull it up for a little. Okay, first off, we got to turn that volume off. And second of all, might be better if I do it. Stop sharing. It might be better if I do it from NFL.com, honestly, instead of my YouTube TV account. I have it pulled up over here. And I can't wait to get my TV put back up over here. I got a new TV that I got to put up there. Watch, see if they got any more guys going. Okay. They still got the they still got these defensive backs going. Yep. Who? Dorian Strong? I mean, they're moving. Oh, shit.
Are you looking for catchy intro?
No, I'm not. Pew, pew. Everybody gonna. Damn. They hauling our ass around here. Another dude who had a good day too was linebacker Carson Schwarzenegger. I thought he had a great day. He switched positions at Alabama and then still blew up the combine. He weighed in heavier than expected, 242. 91st percentile vertical jump. Showed off his athleticism. I thought he had a great day. He's now firmly a top 32 consideration. Donovan Azaruku absolutely crushed his workout. That was another guy that crushed it. His 3-1 cone and short shuttle, he also killed it. He also killed it. He was in the 90th percentile in that, which is exactly what we want from an outside rusher. Donovan Azaruku out of Boston College. His stock is skyrocketing after his performance there too. There's a lot of guys who are got their draft stock way up there now from this week.
And then you fall late and go up and get it. I think these guys are doing.
Hairston was much better on that rep than he was on the first one. And some of these guys, they do all these tests on them, and some of them are just more eye dominant on one side or the other, so they feel more comfortable tracking the ball.
Hancock just survived the ground, by the way.
Harris.
Oh, you got to make that catch.
Just staying with it.
DJ, Darian Porter is going to come up here and do this drill again, of course.
Yep.
Former receiver and has not really got a lot of game action. 7 games last year as a corner. It feel like it's all out there in front of him that whatever coach gets him is going to feel like this is that lump of clay I can mold. What do you think?
Yeah, we saw it.
Oh,
too.
watch your hands.
And it's, because he's big and he's kind of tall and high cut, some of the
Mac McWilliams, I like him.
Start stuff got him, but the size,
Nice.
the length, the long speed, to me, I think you've got a real intriguing press.
Jabbar Muhammad.
Stacy?
Rich, I am actually standing with Jade Barry.
Nice.
He's going through his phone looking for boxing videos. How did you feel about your day? Because he's finished.
Darian Porter.
Why did you decide to stop?
Just a decision with my team.
He's my second favorite corner in this draft. He should have made that catch, though.
Truly just wanted me to stop and just do everything, the rest of the stuff I'm pro at.
Well, so I thought you looked really solid on your
Nice.
40s. You obviously had the back-to-back 4.4s, but I know you weren't happy. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. Truly still blessed to be here today. Just had the opportunity to run in front of this group of people, and then happy to run with such an amazing group of DBs and fast DBs. I was very proud of a lot of DBs, just sending prayers for them, just to put all their worries into God's hands. So a lot of DBs did amazing. Good in other people's eyes, but I wanted better for myself. But at the end of the day, I'm still best.
You did great in my eyes and all of our eyes. I mean, I thought you were flying.
Told you, Raw Walk.
With your starts, and your starts were kind of like killing it up until today, and then you tried to work through the finish. Like what happened if you weren't that happy?
Sometimes I think when you just worry too much, I have to just go out there and just.
I told you, Raw Walk.
It's something I do all the time. And I just have to go out there. But I'm still committed to the process of this whole journey for the next 2 months. So I'm just truly happy.
Yeah. Well, we have DJ wants to jump in. So
Yeah,
I'll relay.
Stace, I was doing my homework on him, and one of the things I was told is he's a total pro and he has his goals on his mirror, but I never heard what the goals were. So I would like to know what the goals were on that mirror.
Yeah, Daniel Jeremiah, he's very keen to understanding. You put your goals up on the mirror. You're such a motivational guy. What are those goals? Explain that process for you and that visualization.
You have to do it. My mom tells me to do it so I can be committed to something, so I can hold myself to a standard. And you have to be exact with your goals. You can't be off.
Well, he's also gotten compared to Derwin James and DK Metcalf, which is kind of crazy. The weird one was DK Metcalf for me, but Derwin James, his metrics were pretty close, except he's taller and runs a faster 40.
When I do complete those goals, I can look back in the mirror and say I did it. Throughout the season, just after games and things like that, I would check boxes off. Okay, check. I put graduating. I put football stats. I put reading the Bible every day, just one verse. So it was a lot of things that I did just to make sure I kept myself accountable for my things so I can be here today.
I'm not
Yeah,
surprised by
raw
any of
walk.
that.
It's
This is one of
insane.
the reasons this guy's going to fly off the board in the draft. All these folks up here, Rich and DJ, listening to these are the types of reasons. He is phenomenal. He's phenomenal on the field, and he's phenomenal off the field. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Well done. That was great. So, DJ's take request. Well, we take requests from DJs. You wanted to
do
see
we have it? With
Harrison
Ward?
and Denzel Ward?
All right, let's go.
Here's the simulcam. What did Denzel Ward run?
Denzel Ward was 4.32.
Okay, so Harrison should win this simulcam.
There he is. He got him at the end.
Okay, so
Damn.
he did get him. That looks like a 4.29 to me, or 4.28. The official is a 4.28, so he got what he wanted.
Damn.
Just like you, Daniel.
A 4.28. So he ended up getting the 4.28.
Sunday.
Just got a statement, man.
So he ended up getting the 4.28. All right. Well, I gave you guys my takes on the combine so far. I'm definitely gonna do tomorrow's and next days. I'll definitely be doing tomorrow's and next days. Definitely gonna be tuning into both. But I will be live tomorrow for you guys. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow night. We'll definitely watch some more clips and break guys down. Of course, and I'll give you my winners and losers as always. Again, do me a favor. Make sure you do these 3 things on your way out. Thank you, everyone, for the love and support that you continue to show me. Appreciate everyone pounding that like button. I appreciate everyone hitting that subscribe button. I appreciate guys like Lomax and Forest City Kitty and Trap Set Player One for donating to the channel as well. I appreciate that. It goes a long way. Shout out to all you guys. But make sure you do these 3 things before you head out. So I appreciate you guys. And remember, make sure you pound that like button, hit that subscribe button. And of course, I'll be breaking down the rest of the combine rest of the way for the next couple of days. So again, appreciate everyone. Appreciate all the love, support. If you're watching me on Twitch, Twitter, or make sure you come over to YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Love to hear your thoughts. Make sure you click the post notifications bell so you don't miss any new content. That's why it's so important. Of course, follow me on all my social media, Roppstar 92 _ on Instagram, Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. TikTok. Also, go follow me on TikTok. TikTok is starting to blow up. Make sure you tune in over there. Might start going live on TikTok. So make sure you guys check it out as well. I appreciate everyone joining the live stream again. Do me a favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys tomorrow. As always, keep pounding. Peace.